Welcome to Expose Under the Sun, brought to you by Detroit Native Sun newspaper. Valerie Lockhart is the publisher. My name is Suzanne. I'm Chief Silent Storm, the new co-host of the show. And I am so excited to have with me today someone near and dear to American Indian Nationals. And it's an honor to have you on our show today. Could you please introduce who you are?
My name is Afar Nabi El.
Thank you.
You're
And
welcome.
today's topic is claiming your title. So I would like for you to explain to our viewers what we are and what we're all about with American Indian Nationals and the importance of claiming your title.
Yes. The American Indian Nationals Association is an association of all tribes after and when we claim our title as to who and what we are instead of what some registrar calculated that you might be or that I might be. And it's a contract that we accept that we did not have to accept and can be changed even now with the proper forms. We have to name ourselves, know who we are and what we are. We've been told, most of us, by our ancestors, sometimes at our family reunions, we've been told by some elders that we're Blackfoot, we're Apache, or we're Cherokee, Choctaw, Blackfoot. So many different tribes that was disturbed and renamed to other titles that don't belong to us, like colored, black, African American, Negro. These are misnomers that are contracts that were accepted and continue to be mandated in law to be offered, but not to be accepted. The greatest contract is by an affidavit. Whatever you want to say it by affidavit, and then you'll be heard. Minor is a word that should never have been embraced because it relates to incompetence. Yet the state calls us minorities. So if we're your children adopted through a contract, then that makes the state our fiduciaries. And we have the right to band together and demand against the breach of the contract that our mothers made. But then we can redeem that. And this is what American Indian Nationals helps you with. We help that redemption. We help that correction. We help that mindset, that view, that purpose that comes with the title or the position that we're supposed to know that we have, that we just don't because it's a suggestion that's been given.
I'm glad you said that because there's a lot of misconceptions about who we are as Native Americans or American Indians and claiming our land. And there's a lot of information that the people do not know. A lot of us don't even know who we are. So, what would be some of the steps that you could tell as you're a legal assistant, a paralegal? So, what kind of advice can you give to those who would like to start their process on where to start?
First of all, you would have to deal with your title. Your title is the name that your mother branded you with at birth, that she unknowingly signed over to the state, and that the state capitalized on as parent. There's a doctrine of parents that makes the state our parents. But after you turn the age of 18, that title that your mother gave you is now your property that you don't have to be. You have to take claim of the property, but you have to be some other title that has a meaning that defines who and what you are. My tribe, we are Choctaw, and it is on the death certificate of my son, which they've corrected. And it comes through an affidavit. So at any rate, we can correct what it is by contract if we just learn how to say no to contracts that we know that we don't want to do. You have a will and you have a right. And we have a dichotomy to our rights. We have a dichotomy which is our right to privacy and our right to publicity. And you know, anybody that would take that right would have liability. You know,
Yes.
but some of us. Go ahead.
You sparked something and thought with the contracts and the affidavits, the importance of that. A lot of people don't know. We don't read as people, you know, and there's a lot of things in there that we miss and we sign onto. So how can you direct the people on how to read the contracts and know and understand it? That's something that we will later on address in our classes. But I guess my question is how should people understand that, like the importance of the contract and doing the affidavits?
The importance of the contract by affidavit, it also has a twofold power, where what you have to say has backing by the state according to the contract of insurance that they have on your body. You see, at that contract that was done in between our mothers and the state, they placed lien against the body property. But you on the inside, who are not the body, and it took me to have a stroke to understand that I'm not my body, but I'm in my body. It's my spaceship, it's my vehicle, it's my transportation, it's my mobility. But I have to be able to navigate. And our navigation a lot of times is off because we look outside to try to find out which way we should go, not knowing that deceit is out here. And some who are deceived can sometimes deceive us thinking that it's the right thing to give you for them too. And it's not. So that's why we have to study. Yeah, we have to study. And we have to talk about what we've learned, that we might learn a correction to the direction that we think that we're trying to get to, you know.
We definitely need to have you teach a class because there's so much information that we need as people, especially if they want to claim to be American Indian. So how can we get a hold of you if they wanted your services? I know you do a lot of legal work.
Yes, I do.
To help people with what types of things do you help them with?
I help people with how the system works for any child support, any domestic disputes, any mortgage or landlord-tenant actions, what the law says, their options. We give consultation. We give you the options. You make that choice. We don't give you advice, you do this. No, you have options. A lot of people don't know what their rights are. They don't know what their power is. And it's in your signature. And we can't just give it to anybody because your autograph is AU is gold.
Yes.
It opens up a door for other people to just claim you. It's like writing out a license to your wealth. For them to just stick in and make a claim to use your name, use your title, which is the front of your entitlement. So, you know, people are not really, they're not supposed to have access to that domain.
Right. And that's
only,
another thing that you did teach me is about signature and how we should sign and the importance of that. I'll have you explain that, and then we're going to take a quick break in a couple minutes, and we'll be right back. But if you could kind of tell us the importance of our signature even and what we're supposed to do with that when we sign a document.
Yes, when you sign a document, so that it don't become used as a check or duplicated, you put on the end of your name at least a TM, trademark. When you do business and you put trademark on it, you are actually trademarking it yourself by action. And then you can trademark it by showing it on that's been postmarked or that's been traded or conveyed through the postal services, which are postal powers, and that actually gives validity.
Okay, that's nice. And so when we sign our name, I know you had instructed me to sign with the copyright and the TM. So I guess you can tell them about that too, how they do that with their signature.
Yes. That gets into asset protection, actually,
Okay.
where whatever your new name is, it has to come up front to give notice to all the powers that be that have taken claim up on the title that your mother created. After you give them all notice, then any time that's your property is misused, abused without permission, then that's infringement. That gets into what we call intellectual property. Your title, it happens to be yours, and anybody that uses it is abusing it.
Thank you. We're going to take a really quick break, and we will be right back here on Expose Under the Sun.
All rise.
My name is Watson.
And my name is Mariah.
We're 12 years old.
And we're representing Old Redford Academy Middle School. And we're here to talk about drugs. Drugs are very dangerous and unhealthy.
And they can also ruin a relationship with your loved ones. Go talk to a family member, a friend, even a teacher. Or you can go to a therapist, or if you need any extra help, you can go online and find all of those.
Hashtag not worth it.
We are back under this. We are back here. Expose Under the Sun, brought to you by the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. I have my guest here afar, and we were just talking about the importance of signatures when you sign a legal document or any document. The importance of putting the copyright and the trademark symbol on there, and just in legal contracts in general, even if you receive a letter or have made a practice to actually do that. So thank you for being here today. And also, I would like to ask you, for the viewers out there, is this something that just anyone can do? How do they become a part of American Indian Nationals?
Well, firstly of all, they would need to, you can go on our website, which is American Indian Nationals Association. Is it .org?
.org.
.org. And there's a phone number that can be called to reach me, as well as to join the organization, or if you have any questions about it. And that is 855-219-8341. I'm going to repeat that. You might want to get a pencil and some paper. Give you a little time. I'm going to repeat that very slowly. That's 855-219-8341. And we can help you take care of that business that we didn't know that was upon us.
Amazing. So will you be having classes so that the people could come and learn a little bit more about their titles and how to contract or get out of a contract?
Yes, we can.
Okay.
Yes, because we have vision in our nation, especially for our young people. You know, because we really need our young people to, they're our future.
Oh, for
you know,
sure.
that they have to know what it is to be family, what it is to keep the business going on from family to family, that your assets just don't go to the state. A lot of us don't prepare our estates over our trusts, and then our businesses under the trust.
Right. And
We
I think
have-
that too,
yes.
like that's how we build generational wealth
That's
through
true. That's
our
true.
trusts
That's
and
true.
having a will
That's
in
true.
those things. Is that something
true.
that you also provide?
Yes, I do. And the
Nice.
perspective, so that they know why they're doing what they're doing. You know? Yeah.
Awesome. Okay. Well, we look forward to having those classes. And so if someone's interested in joining, they go to the website or they can contact you at the number that you gave. And what would be the first steps to joining? And what would be some of the benefits directly?
Well, first of all, we need to know who you are and what your perspective is. We're really interested in their if they're bringing something also to the table, because we're going to collectively make a change and a difference in what we want to do with our generational wealth.
So it's not just American Indian Nationals giving, it's also how they can contribute to the nation as well.
That's true, because it has to be a reciprocation of cohesiveness. I mean,
Absolutely.
being singular, being separate. I mean, it's strictly mathematics. You know, either you separate by subtraction, division, and fractions. You know, in the negative, you be the denominator.
What types of people are we looking for in the nation?
We're looking for people that are positive, that are bringing not confusion, not all that junk, not all of the fanfare, not of the look at me, and we're all stars.
That's
you know,
absolutely
and if
true.
there's somebody who has a gift that's greater than yours, honor it, because it comes from the Almighty. They've
Sure.
earned it. If you didn't, hey, you got a gift somewhere, find it. You know.
Yes.
But the fact of the matter is we have to love one another instead of compete with the competition.
That's
like,
right.
I got to be better than you. There's no prize that you're hating for. None at all. It's stupid. It don't
Yes.
make any sense. And it makes you lose and everybody else lose.
Absolutely.
So if we get past all of the what we see that's different, that may look better or is different, I shouldn't be feeling any type of way except for find my purpose and work in that. And if we can work together with it, let's do this.
That's right. All about uplifting humanity
right.
and coming together, because my light might shine light on you, and
Right.
your light will shine on someone
That's
else.
right.
So
That's right.
it has, not addictive, an effect to spread. And love is the way to do that and show kindness to people. And for the nation, it's important to uplift humanity. And I'm honored that you're here today. And is there any words of advice for businesses out there that need some sort of legal protection, or just a knowing on what to look for to protect, their trust or their assets for their business and for their families, because it is legacy or generational wealth that we're seeking?
That's right. That's right. And we're talking about going to the core. Okay, we're talking about going to manufacturers. Okay, our children need to be exactly what they were born to actually be, and that's born leaders. Okay, because most of them excel and they create, and we have to put title on what they create instead of letting the world keep on stealing everything that we create, and we act like it's just all right because we're going to create something else later. No, you put that in the book so that the ones that come after us know who did it, and that they could do too, even greater.
So you're saying that there would be like a library of some sort to keep track of what the nation is doing, the lineage and the history of.
Yes.
Okay.
So that we have our own record, our own repertory. Okay, not just counting on somebody else to do what we need done, like little children. It's time for us to grow up.
Yes,
Okay?
absolutely. I'm excited for people to find out more and take a class if they're interested in finding out who they are. What is your title? It's important for you to know, and finding out your lineage. And is there any events that we can look forward to, or what are sort of the things that you've done in the past or the nation has done in the past to help people as a resource?
Well, see, one thing is that they've helped people know what their lineage is back to as far back as the 1600s, okay?
Wow, that's incredible.
And then you never know what type of land that you may have claim to that's been stolen illegally that you could prove by just going to the register. That we have so many different documentations and ideas and we know what the law is for you to get to redeem what belongs to you, or to negotiate something so that you have something that's coming from it, instead of just letting people just steal from you. And there's records that you may know about your ancestors who have been in the service, or what inventions they've made. It's just so much that you can discover that pertains and is attached to even you. Some of them have trusts that are paying monies, from certain things that you may be entitled to, but you have to do the research is there. It's just about collecting it, and we have people who know how to do that.
Absolutely. Well, we look forward to you sharing more of the information and diving deeper individually with anyone who wants to come forward to find more out. And any next events that you have in the works coming up?
Well, we were planning on having a seminar, because we need leaders. We need those who know that they're leaders, and they have, I wouldn't say a military outlook per se, but a discipline view per se, with protection in mind as well, because we have we live in a crazy time right now.
We sure do.
I mean, we're punking. I mean,
It's a lot. going on.
silly officers are walking up to black women and just slapping them. It's like the, it's like they want to provoke some type of war. And
Well, as leaders, we do have influence to keep it positive and to educate,
Right.
equip people
Right.
with tools
Right,
to
right.
combat some of the issues that are out
Yeah,
today.
yeah.
And
And
I'm
there's so-
thankful
and
for you
st-
to be
there-
here.
There's so much propaganda. Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
We're not going to get into that though. But we're going to stick with the nation. We're all about making sure that we survive. We
And we know who we
survive.
are. We
Right.
claim our title.
Right.
And
Right.
I
And-
look forward to the class. And in closing, if you need to get an advertisement with us, you can contact Valerie Lockhart at 313-457-5944. And that is for the Detroit Native Sun newspaper. I do want to thank you, Afar, for being our guest on today's show. And again, if you want to tell us the number and how to contact you for any legal services and upcoming class that you might have.
Okay. That is 855-219-8341. I'll repeat that one more time. That's 855-219-8341.
And we'd love to thank all of our guests for joining us today. Until next time, Darwin will be back with us next week. We look forward to seeing you in 2 weeks.